maximize your podcast by live streaming it. That's the topic Christoph Trapp discusses on the Going Live podcast, which is the companion show to the book of the same title. Join Christoph for today's episode, and don't forget to order the book on Amazon today.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me. Another live stream here. This is episode six of the Going Live podcast. Of course, why wouldn't we live stream it? That's always the question, right? Why wouldn't we live stream the podcast about a book on how to go live? Makes sense to me. So that's what we're doing. Second live stream for the day, episode number 6 of the podcast. And as you might remember, I don't like book readings. And Jeff Stein, when I was on his show, he reminded me of this, that books aren't meant to be read out loud. They're meant to be read quietly. So, with that in mind, I am not reading book chapters to you. I'm talking about the different chapters. And today's episode 6, we're talking about my setup. And here's how I've set up my current live stream studio. I have a ring light up here. I actually didn't turn it on because we're going to switch to the camera back in the room here. I don't use the camera in the back too often, but today I want to use it on the live stream because we're actually talking about my setup. So I don't want to just have the tight shot, but I'm going to show you the back of the room, and then you can kind of see what's going on there. Maybe we'll just pull everything up together. Why not? Why don't we want to do that? Let's see if we can do that here with this different setup. Yeah, there you go. That might work. We'll do that in a second. So, but basically, what I want to share with you is the importance of being comfortable. So, as you are doing your podcast, it is very important to be comfortable, to have the right equipment, to do what you need to do to be to share your story, all those different things. So just something to think about. How do you get there? Currently, I'm struggling a little bit here with the setup for the multicam. Now I got it. Okay. So the link, if you're listening on the podcast channels, will also be there in the bottom to the replay of the video, so you can check out what it looks like. So what I've done here is, and before I dive into my current equipment, so my equipment has really improved a lot over recent months, recent years, whatever. I didn't start out like this. So I want to remind you that when you start, you don't need all this stuff. Period. You really don't. You can start with your AirPods. You can start with just your iPhone. You can start just with just your iPad. You don't need to overthink it. So please keep that in mind as you are starting your live stream. You can even wear your earbuds with your Mac or your iPhone or your iPad. So Android, similar kind of devices. So just something to keep in mind. But now going, once you keep moving, I always like to improve as we're moving forward. So what I've done is I've gotten different equipment over the years. So as you can see, I got a Veridesk here. I love my Veridesk. I love to stand when we do a show. Right now I'm sitting down. The camera angle is a little bit better when I'm sitting, in my opinion. I like it a little bit better, even though it works when you're standing. I currently don't have the light on, but from the one camera angle, you can see the light, and that works. And then I have my microphone, and I literally have gone, I don't know, through a dozen microphones probably over the years. So many years ago, I bought one. Then I bought a lavalier. Then I bought another one, another one, another one, another one. It just I had the Blue Jetty mic at one point. Don't know what happened to that. Um, and you keep evolving with things. So I use is this one right here. It's a USB microphone. It's available on Amazon, $64.99. They got good deals every once in a while. And what I like about it, it attaches to my desk, right? So right here, it's attached to the desk, and I just move it out of the way. It's right there, super easy to use. And then I have that's on a tripod behind my computer, and I can look at that when I want to. It's right there, right by the ring light. Sometimes I move it down a little bit so I don't look into the light as much, but that seems to work as well. I got my computer, I got my monitor. So on the monitor, I typically run Restream, which helps me distribute the content to all the different channels. On my iPad, I run Switcher Studio, which helps me produce the content, right? So when you see the two cameras, I got the front facing camera, which is just from the computer, basically. And then I got the rear facing camera or rear and the camera in the rear. And that's basically on an iPhone that's on a tripod. So that's all it is, right? An iPhone on a tripod. And then I got, so that's the setup. You don't usually need both of those angles unless, if I want to turn around, I want to talk to that camera. The audio is still being picked up from this microphone right here. But I could probably do that, but you want to be still talking into the general direction of the microphone. So just something to keep in mind, um, but you can do that. Certainly look at the different cameras if you want to play around, and do that. Then I share my screen, as you saw earlier, with a timer. That was just a switcher screencast. That's how that worked. Super easy. And then let's talk about some of the other equipment I have here. As you can see on the camera, I got a office treadmill, and these office treadmills are they are awesome. I don't know how much to say, how often to say it, how much I need to praise them. They're fantastic. So typically, I don't record a live stream or I don't go live while I'm on the treadmill, but I could. I can. I've actually done one before. The audio was just fine, and it worked. So in that episode, I actually talked about treadmills, office treadmills. So of course it worked, but you can actually do that, and especially if you're not talking the whole time. If you are one of the guests, or you're one of the hosts, it's a little bit easier. So it does work. And I'm a big fan of that treadmill. So you can give that a try if you want to. Wouldn't want to make that probably the main way of doing your shows, honestly, but it is an option. Then I have this gaming chair, and I'm not a gamer. People always ask me, "Are you a gamer?" No, I'm not. I don't have a PlayStation. I haven't had one since college. That infamous sophomore spring semester. I was really good at PlayStation, not so good in school that semester. But anyway, I don't play any games, but it's super comfortable. And that's kind of what I'm going after here. So I want to be comfortable as I'm recording shows, as I'm going live. And that's really what it comes down to. Sometimes I stand up. When I do stand up, I grab mats to stand on and go from there. Now, there is some studies out there where they talk about that standing up makes it easier for you to talk on live streams. I don't know if that's true or not. It does feel to me it opens up your upper body a little bit more, and you can share more. It just feels like it's a little bit more comfortable. Now, if you do a really long live stream, it might not be the most feasible thing to do, quite frankly, because how long can you stand or how long do you want to stand? But if you do like a 30-minute guest appearance or you're on somebody's show, whatnot, that should be fine. So that's kind of my setup. What you like and how you like it and how you're going to set it up is certainly a personal choice. Somebody somewhere, I don't remember who said this, but they said that the best place to record or go live is from your bathroom. And I wouldn't recommend that at all. Maybe the sound is better there. I don't know. But you got to be in your bathroom. Who wants to be in their bathroom when they're live streaming? Like, how does the background look? I don't know. Am I supposed to sit on the toilet? I mean, seriously, I wouldn't recommend it, even if the sound there is better. Find a way to make it work in more of a general setup. And the other thing is, too, if you're going to make a live stream part of your strategy, make sure you do it in a way that you can do it easily, quickly, and it's not always a big production to get set up. So, for example, this is always set up like this, whether I'm on a Zoom call at work, whether I'm doing a live stream, whether anything. Only difference is typically on a live stream, I would turn the ring light off, which I kind of neglected to do because I was intending to talk to that camera in the back. But at the end of the day, you want to make it easy. And going live is super easy for me from a technical perspective because it's all right here. It's all set up. It's all in my little bubble of where I work. So if I wanted to go live, it really is not, it's really not a big production. So the easier you can make it, the better. And then also figure out a way to understand what's comfortable for you. If you never stand, I would not start standing on live streams. I mean, I really wouldn't. I would start sitting. I would start being in your most comfortable situation or position, rather. But so being comfortable actually does help. Now, there is a lot that goes into talking. So, for example, this episode, we've been talking for about 15 minutes here. And, my voice is already getting a little um, I don't know, raspy, I guess, I mean, I can already feel that I've been talking. So I did another live stream before this one for the business storytelling podcast. I'm doing this one, and then I'm going to edit my book for a little bit. And today is a holiday. I'm recording this on President's Day in the United States, February 15th. The book comes out March 10th. And then I'm going to probably edit my book for a little bit. And then I'm going to go do some errands. And then that's kind of it for the day. So just something to think about. How are you comfortable? And that's the setup you want. Now, I was on a meeting one time with a company and they were all sitting on their couch, which is fine. But one person was sitting there like almost looks like she was falling asleep. So just something to keep in mind. Like, you want to be comfortable, but you don't want to fall asleep, right? And now at the end of the day, people are going to listen to the podcast version of this at probably 1.2, 1.5 speed. On the live stream, that's not yet possible. At some point, it might be when there's a little bit of a delay. And there is actually a little bit of a delay already, like 10 seconds. So you're not seeing exactly the same second, but it's pretty close. So find a spot, find a setup that works for you, find a setup that's comfortable. Usually, I didn't used to have this chair until late 2020. And I don't know why not. It's so comfortable. It's so much better than the last chair I had. And it's so much easier for me to work because I don't have to focus on a crap chair, even though the last one wasn't crap. It was just not as nice. If you like to stand, get a desk like this one. You can put it up easily. This is a Veridesk. It's just on top of another desk. And I do that quite often during the day. So easy breezy. I mean, it really is. So that's my setup. Episode 6 of the Going Live book podcast is now done. Second time is the charm, I guess. First time I recorded it, but it was part of like a 3-hour live stream. Couldn't even find it. So I thought I'd just do it again. Episode 7, we will be talking about editorial planning. And so that'll be back. That should be live, I don't know, next few days or so. And we'll, of course, as always, do a live stream of that one as well. I'm Christoph Trapp, your host and author of Going Live, live streaming your people. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.